Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about my favorite summer contemporary novels that I think are qualified as beachy reads, as some might say, which is kind of like a book that you could like bring to the beach and it's just like relaxing, no big deal. It's just like a nice summer read. A lot of people have more time to read during the summer seasons, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite contemporaries that I think fit the summer season the best. So let's get started. The first book I'm going to be talking about is Panic by Lauren Oliver. Now this is like the perfect summer read. It takes place during the summer, and it's basically about these kids that go to this high school and they live in this really small town, and every summer the seniors participate in this game called Panic. And basically Panic is like a series of really extremely dangerous challenges that people compete to. The seniors compete to win a bunch of money that the seniors all contribute to all year. I think the whole school might even contribute to the pot, and it ends up being like a ridiculous amount of money, and one person wins, whoever completes the challenges, and we see it through the eyes of two characters, and it's such a good book, and I was on my feet the whole time. Like, these challenges are insane. I was like dying, but I thought it was so good, and I definitely loved it so much. So yeah, I recommend that. Next book I recommend, I talk about this book all the time, and it's The Duff by Cody Keplinger. This book is so funny. It's about this girl named Bianca who gets called the Duff by this boy, which is basically the designated ugly fat friend, and she doesn't really take it well, and she starts to like think about it. She's like, am I really like the Duff out of my friend group? Like, what does that even mean? And she starts questioning all this stuff that people tell her. She doesn't know what to think, and it's just a really good like coming of age story. She kind of realizes in herself like, what even is a Duff? Like, it's really interesting and it's funny. Bianca is hilarious, and it also has some family issues built on in there, so that's kind of cool too. I really like this book. I read it in one night, so it's definitely a summer beach read. Yeah, I really liked it. I want to talk about Anna and the French Kiss and Lola and the Boy Next Door. Now these are two of my favorite books. They're by Stephanie Perkins, and they're super cute contemporary books about little relationships between Anna and Lola. They both have a little relationship going on in each book. Not with each other. Okay, sorry if that sounded like that's what I was talking about. Anyway, so basically in Anna and the French Kiss, I was about to say Anna and the Boy Next Door. Anna and the French Kiss is about Anna, and she moves to Paris for her senior year of high school, and she lives there for a year. It's basically just about her year in Paris, and she meets this boy, and all this stuff happens, and it's really good. And then Lola and the Boy Next Door is about Lola, and she's really creative and fun, and she lives in this town, and she works at a movie theater where Anna works, which is kind of cool, right? And there's this boy named Cricket who lives next door, who she is acquainted with again after a couple of years, and she has this punk rock boyfriend, and he's bad news, and it's really good. I really liked it. Lola is my favorite out of the two, but I know so many people prefer Anna, so not Anna, it's Anna. They're both really good. Next book I want to talk about is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. This book is so good. Okay, Colleen Hoover is like my favorite modern author, I guess. I love every book I've read every book she has, and I love every book I've read by her. Like, she is my favorite. And Maybe Someday is about this girl, and she lives in an apartment with her best friend and her boyfriend, and one day she finds out that they were cheating, that her boyfriend was cheating on her with her best friend. So she's sort of into this pickle where she doesn't know what to do. So she moves in with this boy that lives in the apartment complex she lives in, and we find some stuff out about that, and maybe some stuff happens. I can't really tell you much because it's sort of a surprise. So there's sort of a plot twist that happens early on that you don't know about till you read it, so I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a really good book if you've read anything by Colleen. I would recommend any Colleen book, really. Hopeless is so good. The Slam series is so good. Like, anything by her is so good. Next book I'm recommending is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I've talked about this book loads. It's about this girl named Samantha, and she meets this boy next door named Jace, and his family is like a huge family. They're super unkempt. They have like a dirty yard with toys everywhere, and their parents are really chill. And Samantha's family is not like that. She lives with her mother, and her mother's very prim prep and likes everything a certain way, and she's always grown up that way. And her mother doesn't really like the family next door, the Garretts, but she starts a secret relationship with the boy next door. And there's a lot of family aspect to this book as well, which is really nice, and it explores like the different types of families, like the Garretts and then Sam's family. So it's really interesting, and it was a really fast-paced read for me, so it's definitely a beachy read. Next book I'm going to be recommending is This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. This book was super fast-paced and I really enjoyed it. It's basically about this girl and she lives in this really small town in Maine, and there's a celebrity coming to film a movie in Maine, and one of her best friends is like obsessed with him, but she's not really interested, whatever. And this guy comes and there's something about him that we find out early on I don't really want to talk about, but yeah, it's really good and fast-paced and beachy and just good. Read it. Another book or books I would recommend are Sarah Dessen books. I've known Sarah Dessen to be a very beachy novelist. Like Someone Like You and Along for the Ride are my two favorite beachy reads by her, but honestly all of her books are beachy reads. They're very fast-paced, light books that just have like good plots about like teenage girls basically. But Along for the Ride is definitely my favorite, and Someone Like You is really good too. They're both very beachy, fast-paced reads, but all of her books are sort of like that. So you could go look on her Goodreads or something and scroll through all of her books. I'm sure a lot of you have read Sarah Dessen books. I grew up reading Sarah Dessen books, so yeah, but I just thought I would mention those because they're super beachy. This book I'm going to be recommending is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. If you have not read Fangirl, oh my gosh guys, it's so good. It's about this girl named Kath, and she's going to her first year of college and she writes fan fiction for this book called Simon and Snow, and she's sort of like a geeky girl. She moves in with her roommate who's completely opposite of her. She has this twin that wanders off without her, and she's already all set going to the college party scene, and she doesn't really know where she fits in, and she meets this boy named Levi who is one of her friends' boyfriend slash friends. She doesn't really know. She figures some stuff out, and there's a lot of family going on, and it's such a good book. Like honestly, if you are a fangirl yourself, you will love this book. Personally, yes, loved this book because of that. I picked it up because of that, but honestly I think anybody can enjoy this book. It's super good, and I don't know, I just really liked it. It was super fast paced. It's a pretty big book. It's like 450 pages or something, but I read it like pretty fast. It was so good. So I'd really recommend that one. Also, if you haven't read Eleanor and Park, I wouldn't really say that's a beachy summary book, but it's still really good. Just saying. Next book I'm going to be recommending is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. It's basically about this girl who goes to these islands off of Massachusetts every summer, and she has like these cousins and this one guy friend that all go there during the summer, and they call themselves the Liars. And basically, I can't tell you too much, but there's this big reveal, and there's a bit, like, it's kind of a mystery, and it's really good, and I don't really know what else to say about it because I don't want to spoil anything, because it's like you have to read it to know what I'm talking about. So just go pick that up, go read the back on it or something. It's really mysterious and amazing and plot twisty and just really good. Last book I'm going to be talking about is The Unwritten Rule by Elizabeth Scott. This is about a girl who has a crush on this boy, and this boy happens to be her best friend's boyfriend. And I read this book a while ago. I've reread it before, and it's super thin, super easy, fast-paced book, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it, honestly, and it's sort of more young adult, I would say, but I enjoyed it nonetheless, and I think that's a really interesting concept about the whole best friend's boyfriend. I mean, that's pretty risque, so yeah, I would pick that up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of those books and you've enjoyed them, or if you're planning on reading any of them now that I have recommended them to you. And yeah, I'm planning on doing maybe 1 or 2 more videos talking about contemporary summery beach reads, because I know that's what people are all about during the summer. So I'm like the queen of contemporary, and that's basically all I read, so I've got a lot to share. So those are just some of my favorites. I think it was 10 or something. So before I go, my Tiffios giveaway has been extended for another week. So it was supposed to end today, but it's going to be ending in 1 week. So the 27th, I decided to extend it because I felt like I didn't give you guys enough time in case you hadn't seen whatever. I'm still getting a lot of entries. So another week, and then we'll announce the winners. So yeah, and if you were wondering about that, about if I was announcing the winners today, I'm not. So another week to give it a go. So you can go enter the giveaway, and yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know in case you were interested in that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!